Just over a month ago, 28 men were hopeful that they could fist, pound, dominate, and climax their way to victory, and now, just over a month later, only one remains standing. The Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, is on his way to the Wrestle Kingdom 17 main event, where he's going to take back what's rightfully his, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. For the love of God, have Okada leave with what is rightfully his so we can have a champion that is actually worth rooting for. In my opinion, of course. But before we talk about that, we got to talk about the undercard. And then we got to see what's going to happen on the road to Wrestle Kingdom. Because we ain't done with the year yet, baby. We ain't done with the year yet. We ain't seen nothing around. I don't even know what I'm on about. Anyway, I'm John Renton with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 32, the finals. I have one thing to say first about Kazuchika Okada versus Will Osprey and their tear down the house finals match. Good. Really, 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 really fucking good. To me personally, it was better than their Wrestle Kingdom match, which I recognize was very, very good. I think this was better. I think they prolonged that one a little bit too much, and while this one was long as well, they kept the pace up. They made the moves mean just a little bit more. There was just a little bit more juice behind this. So the venue seemed a lot fuller. It seemed a lot louder. The crowds are getting upset because they're like, okay, we recognize a pandemic. We can't make that much noise. We can clap our hands, stomp our feet. But we're going to start cheering our hearts out because we're fucking sick of this. I recognize it's Japan trying to keep the citizens safe while the company's also entertaining the fans, but the natives are getting restless. Leave with your heat. Just a little more heat, Ernie. Just a little more heat. Ox Baker and Ernie Ladd. Longtime wrestling fans know what I'm talking about. Other wrestling fans have no fucking idea. Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton on commentary. First, undercard match. House of Torture versus Goto, Ishii, Yo, and Yoshihashi. Same as it ever was because House of Torture is involved. So there were 3 men pounding Dick, and then there was a pile with Dick on top, and then direct Dick drive, 1, 2, 3. Then Show hits Yo with the Never 6-man belt. Oh boy, that means House of Torture is going to challenge probably at the end of the Burning Spirit tour that they're doing. Well, the series of shows they're doing starting in September. Jonah and Bad Dude Tito took on Filthy Tom Lawler and Royce Isaacs. Match was the same as usual. Bad Dude Tito did do a dive. Huge lariat, and then that splash that Jonah does from the top. The crowd was oohing and on. Boom! 1, 2, 3, and there you go. Jonah has really shown off in Japan. I mean, he did great in New Japan Strong, and still will, but him being able to just shine in front of the Japanese fans, it's really been nice to see. So, Cobb, Okan, and Hanare took on Juice, Fale, and Chase. Fuck off with this Bullet Club stuff is what I wrote down. Tour of the Juicy Islands, as I called it, 1, 2, 3. Boy, this turn for Juice has really worked out well, hasn't it? You put Bullet Club colors on somebody and they instantly become uninteresting. Because after the first few incarnations, the Bullet Club is just become ridiculous and repetitive by this point. Hey, at least Chase didn't win a match. That's always a good thing in the year of our Lord and Savior Kazuchika Okada 2022. So, Archer and the Dangerous Tekkers, Zack Sabre Jr. and Taiji took on Naito, Sonata, and Bushi. Give me more Zack Sabre Jr. versus Naito because Naito's just getting under his skin. Zack Sabre Jr. is upset because he lost in under 3 minutes and was unable to win the block. And the match was the usual, but it wasn't dull. Yokozuna elbow pins Bushi because he's the only one that doesn't have any kind of, momentum behind him. He has more mass than he has momentum behind him. But nevertheless, brawl afterwards, Naito was just taunting Zack Sabre Jr. after Naito got tied up outside, and then he threw the ice packs back at him through the chair and says, oh, do this. Because Naito's a little shit, and he's just good at that. So then they make some announcements. First, Lance Archer says that this is his home and he will be back. And that's good. Utilize him in AEW. Use this momentum. There are some crossover fans. Lance has more time left in the ring, but he's in his mid-40s. He had that scare with his neck. Utilize him while you can. Anyway, New Japan is returning to New York for Rumble on 44th Street on October 28th. I saw what the venue looked like according to the description, and if it's what I saw, ooh-hoo. That looks like a bit of a dive. It's also a capacity of 2,100 people. I'm not saying they need to, that Bushi Road needs to spend the money on Madison Square Garden for the rent, or whatever. I mean, I don't know if the Nassau Coliseum's still standing, but I don't, some venue, the Barclays Center, something. Why don't you try another venue? Because they're going to have Stardom there. There's enough fans that will come to one show where they could draw a good amount of fans. They could have probably drawn 9,000 people at least, but no, they didn't want to do that. Let's just go with a venue like this. I might watch that. I don't know. In fact, I'm going to update at the end. Nah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do it here. I don't know how many New Japan reviews I'm going to do for the rest of the year because, quite frankly, the interest in New Japan has been not at an all-time low, but it has been shockingly low. I haven't seen a lot of talk about this G1 outside of a few people. And while I enjoy reviewing New Japan, if the views are just kind of this is the lowest view G1 that I've done. I don't know if I'm necessarily inspired to invest time in it, even though I might watch some stuff, I might not review it. Let me know if you guys want me to continue to review New Japan. I might review that. I might review the Royal Quest shows. And I might review that Rumble on 44th Street event. We'll see. But that's a bit of an update. So if I don't do World Tag League, provided they even do World Tag League, don't be surprised if you see very few reviews from New Japan before Wrestle Kingdom, before I do my predictions and then the event itself. And it's only one night. Good. 98 Degrees is right. Uno noche. Boy, if you are not a pop music fan, you have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. And New Year's Dash on the 5th. Good. 2 nights of Wrestle Kingdom was a good idea in theory. I think it was fine in 2020. And then in the pandemic, okay, I sort of got it. And this year's, it didn't click. There was too much filler, and I still barely know her. But anyway, Shingo and Hiromu took on Kenta and El Phantasmo. So the pace is good. Not the cutting with the book. And then near falls aplenty. And then while the referee's distracted, Dragon, Dick Punch, Falcon, Punch. And then roll up 1, 2, 3. So there you go. ELP continues to get under Shingo's skin. ELP is having a hell of a goddamn career year in all honesty. I mean, he's had a pretty good career, but he's having a hell of a goddamn year in New Japan. Tanahashi and Finlay took on Gallows and Anderson. I care not about watching Gallows and Anderson on my fucking television. And the fact that Anderson is a never openweight champion is not disgusting to me. It's just stupid because he's not interesting. Yano shows up, distracts Gallows, so he chases off after getting him wet. Yano's a squirter was an actual quote. And then high fly flow on Anderson 1, 2, 3. Give Tana the never openweight title back. Let him have it for a number of months and let him have some good goddamn matches. So then Tamatanga and Kashida took on Jay White and Taiji Ishimori. Jay wants revenge on Tama. He did not get it here because Kashida rolled up Ishimori after a bit, 1, 2, 3, and then got a variation of the bone lock on Ishimori because he wants the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship back. I will not kid you, I forgot who the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion was. Even though Ishimori is really good talent, after El Desperado lost it, I really stopped caring. So anyway, we then get a package on Osprey and Okada. And I'm not sure who the other one was. Shuri, I think, but Julia, okay. Yeah, I see why people like her. They're from Stardom, by the way. I've been told something about them. But I mean, honestly, I don't watch enough Stardom to really tell you. I get sent matches here and there. I don't have enough time to watch every single promotion, guys. Sorry, I have to work and I need sleep eventually. But I'm impressed by what the women are doing in Stardom. They are certainly rising back up after the pandemic, and they're gaining quite a bit of steam. I see more people talking about Stardom than New Japan sometimes. Okada versus Osprey, G1 Finals, big fight feel for sure. And again, good, very good, very, very good. Possible, on the match of the year list because they made everything mean something. I could have done without the apron bumps. Osprey was hit with a DDT on the floor. Okada kept firing back. There was a sky twist outside. Very well done. I'm no fan of Osprey the person, but I will definitely say that, Osprey the wrestler, while I don't think he's necessarily the best in the world, when he's with the right people, stuff just clicks. This clicked really goddamn good. There was a few Oscar, one Oscutter on the apron, another Oscutter just for 2. My God, Okada's going to kick out of everything. Drop kick in midair to stop another Oscutter. And the crowd was getting into this. They were oohing and on, ooh, and doing all that. And a tombstone with the legs clutched for 2. That was a good move by Osprey. Could have really done without him hitting the Styles Clash. I don't really know why he had to do that. There was a hidden blade for 2. That was pretty goddamn good. Then a V trigger, because we have to hype up the fact that Kenny Omega is back. Oh boy, be still my beating apathy. Check out my review of Dynamite if you want to know what I really thought. I don't even wish ill on Omega. I don't hate him, but the fact that Don Callis is back is even worse. But again, check out the Dynamite review. We get a landslide and a Rainmaker for 2. Holy shit, we are 25 minutes past by this point. We're about 30 minutes in. Some Germans, a standing Spanish fly, more strikes, boom, boom, a hook kick. We're getting some good stuff here. Pace is rolling. Air raid crash, neck breaker. We get a pop-up punch, Falcon punch. And then we get the Cobra Fusion, I think is actually what they call it. And second Rainmaker, 1, 2, 3, Okada wins. First step complete. Please take back what's rightfully yours, Rainmaker. Please, for the love of God. I am sick of Jay White as champion already. I know some people like him. That's fine. I don't. And if he says he will win at Wrestle Kingdom 17, he was crying, emotional. It was good shit. So yeah, that's it. You're not going to get any New Japan reviews at least until sometime in September, because that's when their tour starts, and they're going to have to really put together a great card for me to actually care. So the next one you get might be Royal Quest Night 1 and 2. And if not that, possibly the Rumble on 44th Street event. It also depends on money, guys, because I got to be smarter with my money. I mean, I'm pretty smart with my money, but I'm not just going to spend endless amounts just to watch wrestling when I could be smart and maybe put money towards my cat, get him to vet appointments and such. But nevertheless, anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you think of this year's G1? I thought there was some good to great, and also a lot of shit with House of Torture and Bullet Club. But anyway, agree, disagree what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rithlin. We are done climaxing. Now we can all go sleep. See you soon.